Hi again, I'm back, and this time I'm answering the Darkling Tag questions. And the reason why I'm doing it is I watched a video from Skullgirdle and the videos really clicked with me. And when she said, I'm answering these, if you can answer them too, I'd love to see your response. I thought, sure, why not? And I was going to originally do that before I recorded my response video to the 40 years of men's goth style videos. So I did that just before. I'm going to knock this one out today as well. I may put them both online today, I'm not sure yet. First question, what is your favourite candle scent? I don't know, wax? I don't really use scented candles. Okay. 2, do you have a favourite book? Yes, for me right now would be the Game of Thrones series, A Song of Fire and Ice. I originally got into it by watching, I think, the first or second season of the show first, and then I thought, hey, it's based on books, I'll read the books. I actually got ahead of the show with the books, and then of course the show got ahead of the books, and now we're all waiting for the last book, and yeah, I'm looking forward to when it's released, so it should be a lot of fun. Great show too, even though a couple of bits are a bit cringy. Right, are you a tea or coffee person? Well, I think that answers that question. Coffee. But I am known to drink tea on occasion. What is your favourite brand and colour of lipstick? Fun fact, I don't use lipstick. This and this, all eyeliner. What is your favourite perfume / cologne? Well, I don't really have a favourite.
Aramis.
I don't really have a favourite.
Sorry.
I don't really have a favourite, but if I had to choose, probably something by Old Spice, because it would be awesome to smell like Terry Crews. Do you have a celebrity crush? Well, in truth, not really. But I guess if I had to choose, if somebody made me choose and my partner's sitting in the background there and now she's glaring at me, or no, she's smiling at me thinking, oh, who's he going to choose? This is going to be interesting. Now I can't think of anyone. Oh, well, I guess I dodged that bullet. Next question. If you had to give up the colour black, what colour would you choose instead?
Purple.
Please! I don't wear black all the time as it is. Hell, I even have some white t-shirts. Admittedly, they've got stuff printed on them. All their t-shirts that I've added stuff to myself because they show up better on white. But other coloured stuff I like to wear are red, purple, sometimes dark blue, horrible, pukey, army green colour, I guess. If I had to pick a colour, I'd probably say purple. If you could change your name to a stereotypical 90s, 2000s gothy name, what would it be? Well, given in my article about the new wave to end all waves, I gave myself a name for hashtag toilet goth, and that name is Latrine Piss Raven. But if I had to just make something up on the spot to go with everything else, something like Count Baron von Neversmile. But yeah, I'm not really into that whole wanky name thing. My DJ name, ATAC, is my old net alias that I've had for over 20 years, and that's as close as it's going to get. And it's just not my thing. What are your top 3 tips for surviving hot weather while black-clad? Bitch, please, I live in Australia. 1, wear shorts. 2, wear loose-fitting clothing. 3, if you really can't handle the sun, bring a parasol. I swear they write these things probably for people assuming, Did you just assume my weather pattern? Really? What song will always make you happy? Doesn't have to be a goth band. Hiya, hee, hiya, hoo, hiya, how, hiya, ah, ah. Next question. Are you active in the arts, e.g., play an instrument, paint, write, etc.? Let's see. I have my own music project. In fact, I have two of them, possibly a third. I DJ. I write for the Belfry Network. I used to write god-awful poetry, but that doesn't count. I'm making these videos. I do other stuff on YouTube as well. So yeah, you could say I'm pretty bloody active. And a lot of my music stuff, I have a bit of a performance art base in. If you had a teacup or mug made, inscribed just for you, what would you have it say? Inscribed just for me. Beneath the arsehole tree, everyone sucks but me. What is your number one non-gothy hobby? Oh man, where do I begin? I would have to say my number one non-gothy hobby would be DJing at non-gothy events. Probably my other two DJ personas being DJ Jelly, who's like trolling internet memes, internet culture in general, and Sugar Sludge, who is music is described as weeaboo dancer. I'm not putting on the silly voice for him, not this time anyway. Plus, I have a silly voice for Jelly as well. But Jelly also had a monthly podcast thing for a bit while I wasn't really doing much on the DJing side, which kept me busy. DJ Jelly's Ultimate Awesome Pop Musical Hour of Super Epic Fun Times. And I might put a link in the description for that if people want to check it out. It's a bit of fun. Think Dr. Demento, but more offensive. If you could be a supernatural creature, what would it be and why? People always pick the obvious stuff like vampire and werewolf and all that. I don't know. I don't know. Pegasus. That'd be pretty fun to be a horse and fly. Why not? And imagine if you're flying over someone and you take a dump and you like a bird's shit when they fly. Imagine if it came from a horse. Wow. What horror monster-based superpower would you have? Horror monster. See, this is the thing. If it's just a general superpower, it's generally easier to describe. I don't know. I guess it kind of works. I mean, teleportation would be pretty cool. You could just go wherever you like. You don't have to sit in lines at airports or anything. It's like, boom, you're there. And I guess, you know, with teleportation, some might say, oh, but that's a real superpower, not a horror one. But it's like, they have to teleport. I mean, the bad guy, the slasher or whatever, is just always there, right when he has to be. So I'm implying they have teleportation powers, because why not? Do you feel confident or comfortable interacting with other goths or gothy people online or IRL? Why or why not? I'm perfectly comfortable online or IRL. You have to be if you're involved with DJing at events and running events and things like that, because people are just going to come up and talk to you. And I've been on the internet as long as I've been involved in the goth subculture. So if you're going to do one, you've got to learn to do the other. That was my ring banging against the desk just then, if you heard it. But yeah, I don't know. I should be thumping the desk, mate, emphasising points. Like Hitler from Downfall or Inglourious Bastards or whatever. 99999! Anyway, that's enough tangents for now. Back on the list. Which is important for a look? Great hair or great makeup? Technically, I would say both. But in my case, because my hair is thinning and getting horrible, I got to kind of make up for it with the makeup. And as you can see, I haven't dyed it in a while. I have another event in about a week's time. I'm going to dye it before then, so I don't see any point dyeing it now or before doing these videos, because to be honest, if I look imperfect online, I really don't care. Yet here I am making videos with a face for radio. Yay! Is there something you wish there was more of in your subculture? People who are actually interested in the music, and people that actually go to events, and less of that petty bullshit that happens where people are like, oh, I'm not going to that because so and so is going to be there, or oh, I'm not going to that because they're not playing the music I like all night. And you know, if you don't support what's out there, it goes away. I've seen it happen here. I've heard plenty of stories of it happening overseas and interstate and everything like that. If you don't support it, you lose it. It's as simple as that. And don't be a dick. If you're running the show, don't be a dick to people, and that's just annoying. Even you got to be careful. I think in general, a lot of people don't realise that how goth you think you are never matches up to how goth everyone else thinks you are. I'll just sort of throw that little bit in because it is just handy to know. I'll probably repeat it elsewhere. I've said it in a couple of articles before, but yeah, it's something that I like to drum home because people need to be a little more self-aware, myself included. Care to share an embarrassing story related to your darkliness? Probably that whole saga with that first video I made like 8 or 9 years ago, and how I shared it around on the local forums, and someone in Melbourne decided to take it upon themselves to post a bad photo of me at Encyclopedia Dramatica under the goth section, and then they also posted a thread about me on LiveJournal in the ungoth section. And that was embarrassing for a time, but I turned it around on them. I took ownership of it. I actually posted a second thread in ungoth with even worse photos, and I dared everyone else to do the same. Nobody did. Why? Because they're chicken. They're happy to laugh at other people, but they can't laugh at themselves. And guess what? If you don't get the joke, you are the joke. And you people are. You know, I actually used a lot of that for other things, for promo, like when we did like a Mr. Alternative thing, which I entered under a trolling entry. And I said, my cred comes from things like the fact that this stuff happened. I mean, obviously I must be getting something right if somebody's willing to discredit me so much. And fun fact about that is, even though I was trolling it, I won 3rd place in the local heat. Oh man, oh that was fun. But the whole idea of a Mr. or Miss Alternative competition, I find awful. It's completely against the idea of what the alternative is meant to be. How are you at DIY? Well, this here is technically a DIY piece. This part, the triangular bit, was off a slave bracelet that was broken, that was at a shop that I bought. There was the ring that came with it. I originally bought it just because I liked the ring, and they were selling it cheap, and I just wanted the ring on its own. It's not this one. This is a different one, but I bought that and went to a different shop that did sort of like pendants and necklaces. I bought so much stuff from there over the years. Unfortunately, they're not there anymore. You know, is there anything I could do with this? And they said, well, you got 3 points, you can hang this on it. So, which I did, and put something at the bottom. Originally, I had a bat, but the bat broke. So later on, I went back there and it's like, my bat broke. And I thought, well, what can I put on there? And I had a look. They had this nice spider, and I thought, yeah, that's cool. I like that. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, I cut the sleeves off my shirt. That's about it, really. My other skills aren't so great. It's more a case of just cobbling things together and accessorizing, and that's about as DIY as I get. Or adding pins and badges, or drawing on a shirt or something like that, which I don't think my skills are that great. And I don't necessarily always apply them just to goth or industrial stuff either. Quickly describe your ideal wedding. Oh, God.
I'm interested.
Yeah, my partner's interested. No, I'm skipping this one.
Do tell.
I'm skipping this one.
Oh,
My ideal wedding would be none. Next question.
screw you.
Okay, confessional, aka true or false. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of things. I love watching cheesy romance films. No, 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 no. Well, depends what else is in it. I mean, a lot of them are cheesy romance film plus something else. If you take something like Titanic, it's like that was a perfectly good disaster movie ruined by friggin' romance. I always remember to wash off my makeup at night.
No.
Nah, not always. Sometimes I just get home and I'm too tired. Well, if I get the late night bus home, I have to walk for about 45 minutes after that. And after you've been out all night and on your feet, you just want to die in a corner. So that's generally what I do. I sleep with plushies. I sleep with plushies. I am not a fur fag. And no, I don't sleep with a teddy bear either. I wear non-black pajamas most nights. Trick question! I don't wear pajamas most nights. I still listen to a boy band that had disbanded years ago. Well, given that I was just doing a Numa Numa song, which is by Ozone, which is kind of a boy band, I guess. Yeah, they are. A lot of Eurodance kind of is, and I have a bit of a thing for Eurodance, so maybe I listen to a couple, but I'm not really into a lot of the ones, the Western, what they really called boy bands that took off, like I guess Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and all that crap. It's not really me. Yet the Village People, oh wow, they're still awesome. I think Andrew Eldritch is overrated. Who wrote that? Seriously, who the hell wrote that? Andrew Eldritch is overrated. Sure, the guy is a prick. He is a complete diva douchebag. But he is not overrated. Yeah, he hates his fans. He wishes he had more mainstream appeal. But he keeps doing the same music that we love. How can he be overrated when he's lasted so long? The first CD I ever bought was Some Girls Wander by Mistake. I don't like vampires. Well, to be fair, neither do I. I don't mind them. I mean, they're all right, but I don't go crazy over them like a lot of people do. And it's like, oh, it's so cliche. Blah, blah, blah. No, not my thing. And then Twilight came along and made them even worse. Ugh. I don't like clubs. If I didn't like clubs, then why do I work in them and run one? I'm dating a goth / darkly inclined person. No. While we have some crossover interests like 80s music and things like that, I wouldn't exactly call my partner gothically inclined or darkly inclined.
Piss off.
You're not. You'd rather go listen to Aussie pub rock half the time. Well, here's an example. If I took her to one of the events I was DJing, she'd hate most of the music I play because it's goth or industrial. When I'm playing 80s, though, well, as long as I'm playing the right 80s, she'd be into it. I don't enjoy graveyards. I like graveyards, but I don't hang around in them all that much because usually I don't have as much opportunity to. I like to wander around and have a look around, and that, especially the old ones. They're just fascinating. They're beautiful. It's great. Blood makes me queasy. No. No, 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 no. Now, if it was my own blood and say I had a broken leg and it was half hanging off, yeah, it probably would. But someone else's blood, not so much. One of my kids, maybe it might, but I'd sooner faint than pet a spider. Well, I'm not exactly going out of my way to pet spiders, but I'm probably more likely to pet a spider than a snake. I don't know what people get about snakes, they're just not me. They creep me out. I don't like haunted houses. Well, we've lived in them before. Or if you're talking about the Halloween type haunted houses and that, yeah, like ghost trains and shit, yeah, they're alright. I can have some fun on a ghost train, you know, like laughing maniacally or something, going in thinking it's not going to scare me, then getting scared and then going, yeah, I got scared, yeah, it's awesome, even though it was pretty lame. But I sort of like the work people put into them. I've never read Dracula. I have, and I really thought the movies do a bit better. Like Bela Lugosi just made it. I actually saw Stoker's Dracula in the cinema when I was a kid. That was great. I liked it, but then sort of a few years later, I saw Bela Lugosi's version of Dracula, and it was amazing. Now, there was another one made that year that I haven't seen yet, but I should, because apparently that one's really good too. I think, and speaking of Bela Lugosi, I think Bela Lugosi's Dead is a long and boring song. You do you? You want a long and boring song? Try half of the stuff people request by Sisters of Mercy that is about 8 to 10 minutes long. And there are multiple songs by Sisters of Mercy that are that long. Bauhaus, Bela Lugosi's about it. Most of them are a lot shorter. I mean, I'm not going to say it's their best track, but it is one of the most iconic. And in a way, it kind of got the ball rolling for the whole goth subculture anyway. Even though you hear different stories from different people saying how it originated, it was definitely part of it. But if we're talking Bauhaus, my favourite song is Passion of Lovers. And that's pretty much it. So next time I may do some more tag videos and that. Girdle, because I've now subscribed to her channel and following her stuff. I think she's pretty damn awesome. So you should go and check out her stuff. I'll put a link to her video at the bottom of this one. And I will see you next time.
Everyone.